We are today, and I'm grateful to see some regular faces, but I'm also grateful to see a good friend. We connected years and years ago, and have hit and miss, but it's good to see you on the call, Vanda. Thank you for being here. Your presence is welcome, and
Thank you.
it is much appreciated. And
Thank
my
you.
good friend, Miss Lemons. How are you, Miss Lemons?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderbar. I've been seeing all of your ascension and expansion and awakening, and you be all glowing and stuff. So yeah. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you have made some choices. I'm glad you fired your 9 to 5. I sure am glad about that. I'm always for firing your boss, unless your boss is yourself. I'm always for that. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's just grateful. It's good to be here, you guys. Hi, Shonda. How are you? Just calling, letting you know you're here. It's good to have you guys here. I want to briefly talk about Mercury retrograde. Just briefly, we hit on it a little bit on Tuesday, but not we didn't give it the full attention that Mercury retrogrades deserve. I gave the regular, the boilerplate things about Mercury retrograde. However, each planetary movement is unique and different in and of itself. And I'm going to talk with a couple of the astrologers that are on this call. I'm going to talk to you guys offline and really ask you guys a serious question because I'm just going to say it like this: the full moon wasn't in Sagittarius; the full moon was in Scorpio.
Scorpio, right?
But Western astrology got us all screwed up. Got all of the astrologers still buying in and believing that 12 month, 13 full moon, new moon horse shit. So I'm letting you guys know from this moment forward, all of my new moon and full moon live soul vibes, they're going to be on what it is. I don't care what the rest of the world is talking about. I'm going to give you guys the honest titles and headings. Know that my content came from the full moon in Scorpio, didn't come from the full moon in Sagittarius, but I am going to just put it out there, and then we are going to educate the world on the facts that there are 13 constellations that the elliptical travels through, not 12. It's 13 of them every single full spin around. It's 13 of them that goes through. So we're going to break down all of that. But for this particular Mercury retrograde, because the full moon was actually in Scorpio and not in Sagittarius, this one is going to be a little bit more intense. So we can expect the regular, your exes is going to be calling, and the one, if you are the one that got away from somebody, they're going to be calling, all of that stuff. And it's going to be all gooey and intense and dramatic, and it's going to have a lot of the it's not going to be laid back like Sag. Y'all know Sag is laid back. Sag is like whatever. It's gonna be more. It's gonna have more of that Scorpio energy into it. We've already had some technical issues that were Scorpion and not Sagittarian. We had a whole power outage where the whole power just went boop, and I had to reset servers, and I had to scramble. I mean, I remember I told you guys should back up your stuff. Well, I was glad that I backed it up because the power just went out, just boom, the whole complex, not just my house, the whole gated community and the whole block. It was 4 square blocks were black for a few hours, and so it's going to be along those lines. Now, this is the time to, like I said, to go back, to review, to revise, to rejuvenate all of those things that you started prior to today. Anything that you have started prior to today, you can go back into now and revise it, review it, and you can fine tune it and really get it prepared to launch at this new moon that's coming, because Scorpio will let you get it prepared because it's real analytical and you'll be able to go over every jot and tittle of it. I'm grateful for this full moon in Scorpio because I have two new pieces of software that I'm integrating, and I need to go through every jot and tittle of each one of them. So this new moon period and this beginning of this Mercury retrograde period is going to afford me that time, because I'm not going to be getting called by a bunch of people. If your phone been ringing off the hook before today, you should be grateful that it's not going to be ringing off the hook no more. So, communication is going to slow down. Internet emails and traffic is going to slow down. Social networking is going to slow down. Even your physical energy is probably a little bit different than it was yesterday. That's just the natural effect of a full moon in a water sign. We're feeling the effects and the emotions of the water stopping. Think of it like this. Think of the ocean with a bunch of waves, and you're riding at the crest of the wave. You're at the top of the wave, and all of a sudden the ocean just goes flat. That's what we're feeling right now with this Mercury retrograde. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're going to get all the text messages you're supposed to. You're going to get all your phone calls. People are going to get all of yours. Just be mindful. Just do what I do every day. Be mindful of who you texting and what you're saying. That's all you really have to do. You have nothing to fear. Don't go buy anything electronically. Unless you really have to, don't take your car to a mechanic. Don't get nothing fixed on your car until the 22nd of June, because you will be revisiting this problem over and over and over again, especially for the next 6 months. Don't buy any computers. Don't go trade your phones in right now. Just whatever you got, just keep it right now. Back up all of your devices. If you haven't already done it, today is a good day to do it. Today and tomorrow will be the most challenging as far as communication and connectivity and all of that. And after tomorrow, things will settle down. So we'll get back to our regularly scheduled communications. Come Tuesday, everything will be somewhat back to what it was, but there is no normal. Ain't no normal no more. So I'm not going to say everything will be back to normal. Everything will be back to what it is. And it won't be this anxiety and anxiousness that is going on that really a lot of us woke up with this morning. So anybody want to share their Mercury retrograde wake up this morning?
Yeah, I just felt just a lot of anxiety, things that I normally get right up and do. I just didn't do. I said, I don't want to do it.
Absolutely.
And even my regular meditations and prayers and stuff, I said, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. Your spirit said, you don't have to do it. So, that's only in your own mind. If you holding that you must get up and
Absolutely. The only thing you must do each and every day is be.
Be.
That's it. That's all you got to do. Be. Everything else is your choice.
That's right.
Must be. Can't just not be. You can, if you are not being, you're dead. So when you wake up on this side of the dirt, all you got to do is be. The rest are choices. Absolutely.
Well, then I had that experience, and I finally moved around. Of course, I'm hours before you.
Absolutely.
3 hours ahead of you, and everything. But I mean, I'm like,
it's going to be foggy. Like I said, it's going to be foggy like this until early morning hours, Monday morning, Monday afternoon. And then the clarity will come back. For those of us that have Mercury retrograde in your natal chart, this is my time. I got Mercury retrograde in my natal chart, so I'm actually feeling normal. This is like regular for me.
Me
When
too.
Mercury is spinning in the right way, I'm the one that's all discombobulated. So if you didn't wake up, drained, go ahead, Lemons. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was just saying the same because I feel like I got more mental focus than I've had in a long time to get
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't wake up foggy this morning. I woke up clear with a plan. I was on folks because I needed this manual and it wasn't emailed to me and I had to go do this. I mean, I done handled about 15 things already today and got 4 more things to do after the show tonight. Normally after the show, I'm done and I go out back and partake in my libations, but I got shit to do today, man. I mean, I'm on it. Yeah, Mercury retrograde is my friend. So if you didn't wake up feeling foggy and hazy, then I would bet that you have Mercury retrograde in your natal chart. So
I have it in mind.
Absolutely.
I had a lot of energy. I cleared out my whole walk-in closet, changed it around, and I've been going.
Man, I done did manual labor, and for those that know me intimately, y'all know me and manual ain't related, and I did some manual labor today. So there's nothing that any of us need to be careful about. As long as we're being our authentic self, then you have nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. This is a really, really, really exciting time as far as the cosmos are concerned. And know that everything that we are doing here in 3D and everything you're doing in your own individual experience has already been done and worked out in the cosmos. We're just playing it out on the stage of the world. It's a delay. It's like a delay, just like on television. There's a 7-second delay. Well, there's a delay. It's already been manifested in the cosmos, and now we're beginning to act these things out in our own individual realities and in our own manifestations. Wow. So just keep doing what we all have been doing since spring. The seeds you planted in the spring have broken ground. Tend to it. Tend to your gardens. That's your Mercury retrograde vibe. Tend to your gardens. Look what is growing fast and do what you have to do on that. And look what is growing slow and see if there's a weed or a doubt or a procrastination or a negative talk thing that is underneath in there with your plant, and then pull out that negativity, pull out the toxicity and let it grow as fast as other things are growing. Because this is accelerated growth period right now. If what you planted at the equinox, if it hadn't grown in leaps and bounds, then yeah, you got some toxicity or negativity or something attached to it that is stunting its growth. Tend to your fields, folks. Tend to your fields. All right, with that, we're going to move on. We're going to have to move on now. We're going to talk about the mental self. You guys know, from the mind, I rise and rule. It deals with it's aligned with our third eye chakra, and you guys know that our thoughts become our things. 6, 7, 8 years ago, I thought that I was going to be on the internet teaching people through the use of audio and visual technology advances. That thought 6 or 7 years ago is now what we are doing today. What I am doing today are a collaboration and a collection and a conglomeration of all of my thoughts and all of my goals, desires, and active pursuits that have aligned with my soul and serve my purpose. That's how you get to manifest those things that you truly need, want, and desire. They got to first serve your highest good, and secondly, align with your soul. If they're not serving your highest good or aligning with your soul, you don't want them anyway. Yeah. So today we're going to cover another step in the awakening and the awareness of your mental self. And today's keyword is evolve. Evolve. And what I mean in the mind in relation to your mental self is evolve into the power of focused and positive thought. Mm-hmm. We have so many, average person has so, because I'm not going to say we, because some of us on this call is, and we all in different places. Average person has so many divergent thoughts coming in and out of their mind. The mind can process millions of bits of information per second. Your mind is much stronger than any device that you are connected to this call with. You think that your computer is stronger than your mind? It's not. You think your smartphone is smarter than your mind? It's not. You think your tablet has got everything you need? Your mind got all of that and more. Your mind is the machine that you're on. Let me let you guys in on a secret. The machines that we are on are only as smart as we are.
Come on.
Your machine is only as smart as the operator. Yeah, you can have $1 million computer, but if you don't know how to work it, you just got a dust catcher. Mm-hmm. Your mind. So evolve into the power of focused and positive thought. Let's examine this. What is a thought? What is a thought? Anybody got any ideas? Nobody's gonna be wrong on this, so don't be afraid. Anybody got any ideas? Thought is an inspired idea from one of your senses. Touch, smell, taste, feel, whatever, all them senses, you know, some say we got 5, some 6. I know that we should all be born with 7 off jump. Should be born with 7. Intuition is 6, and then astral travel should be just a regular sense, just like you can see and hear and touch and smell. So the thought is something that is inspired, is an inspired idea from an experience of one of your senses. Can everybody agree with that one? If you could touch it, if you touch something, taste something. Okay, perfect example. Fire on the stove. How many of us already know that if you touch it, it's gonna burn you? That's a thought. That's an inspired idea from your senses. I've actually touched fire before, and it was like, whoa. So I already know when I see the fire, my thought is I'm not touching it because it's inspired. That's an inspired idea. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? Okay. A thought also is a reaction to outside stimuli. You understand what I mean by that? A reaction to outside stimuli. You see a flower and you think of it. You smell a flower. That's outside stimuli, and your thought makes it smell because we know what a rose is supposed to smell like. Mm. So you don't need to see the rose to know it's a rose. Yeah. You understand what I mean? So that's the power. You see how your sense, see how much power your sense. If you didn't have eyes anymore and smell the rose, you would know what it was without seeing it, right? Because you know you can identify it by another sense. Mm-hmm. That's a reaction to an outside stimuli. If you are at a gathering with a bunch of people and somebody starts shooting, what's going to be your first thought? To get the hell out of there, right? Yep. That's a reaction to outside stimuli. You're driving in your car and the police get behind you. Your heart races and you get nervous and you check your speed and your hands are on your steering wheel. Where'd that come from? Come from that thought that was a reaction from that outside stimuli. You guys get what I'm talking about? Where a thought from a reaction to outside stimuli comes from.
Okay.
Another thought, conditioned or programmed. Now, we have already been going over, negative self-talk and those negative narratives that we've told ourselves. A lot of our thoughts fall into category number 3. We are conditioned to think the way that we do. We are programmed to think the way that we do. It's because everybody is attempting to fit everybody into a one-size-fit-all thought process, and it doesn't work. Okay. However, because of our conditioning, because we have been conditioned to, if we think like the group, then we won't be ostracized, we won't be downcast, we won't be cast aside, we won't be talked about. So we're conditioned, even if we don't agree with the thought, we think about it anyway, because we don't want to be set aside. We don't want to be cast off. We want to be part of the group. Part of the group.
Oh my God.
All of us from, if you went to a public school in the United States of America prior to 1979, all of us was programmed. And if you don't think you was programmed, remember what we did every morning before school started. You stood up and did what?
Congratulations to the flag.
Programming. Programming.
Do it.
How many years in a row did you learn about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and
the apple tree and never told a lie? That's
yep. And Christopher Columbus discovered America.
How you don't discover something when somebody else was already here? You see the programming? You see the programming? Society programs us. The television programs us. The media programs us. The music we listen to, it programs us.
That's it. That's it.
So our conditioning and our programming and the indoctrination and the bullying that we got as kids in our homes by our parents, can't think different. I tell this story often. When I was a kid, I was a Los Angeles Rams fan only because my mother was.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go against my mom. You know what I mean? As I got a little older, I got a chance to pick my own team later. But I was given the Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams because my mother was a fan of those teams. I was conditioned and programmed to have to like those teams. It took me a while before I made some different choices in my fandom as I grew older. I got out of that conditioning. What are some of the conditioning and programming that goes on in our thought processes even to this day? Even when we think we are woke, or we think we're awakened, or we think we're expanding, we still have some conditioned and programmed thought. And we still have thoughts that are from reaction to outside stimuli. And we still are inspired from our senses.
And that's a wow. That's a wow. That's a walking on water. That's a wow. That revelation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the power of focused and positive thought, I'm going to get to the reason why that in a second, but do you understand how and what a thought is? Now we can go to where do they originate?
Come on.
Most of our thoughts originate from external influences. I'm just going to be real about it. As a kid, I'm grateful for the raising and the rearing and the house that I grew up in. I'm also grateful for the skills that my grandmother had in the kitchen. She was a hell of a cook. However, with all of that being said, every meal she cooked, I didn't like. And you know what she told me the first time I told her I didn't like something? You know what she said to me? She said, I didn't cook it for you anyway. You know what my grandfather told me? He said, have you ever eaten that before? I said, no. He said, how do you know you don't like it? because I was pressured. An external influence. I knew what the eggplant. I'm talking about eggplant. I've never ever been a fan of eggplant. And my grandmother used to cook it, and it'd be so mushy and gooey, and oh gosh, and it would stink in the house. And years later, I've come to appreciate some good eggplant. But it was an external influence because I would smell and I would see it. And in my eyes, I heard the word eggplant. And oh, yeah, it just didn't make it. It was one of those things that didn't make sense to me. That thought originated because of an external influence. Mm-hmm. You know, I've had other thoughts that originated from external influences. Like when I was in high school and the bully told me he was going to kick my ass after school in front of the buses. And my thought was, well, I'm not going to walk in front of the buses. Uh-huh. Thank you for letting me know where you're going to be. I'll just walk somewhere else. That was motivated from an external, that thought originated from an external influence. You guys see where I'm going with this? Think about paying my rent. You know why? Because I don't want to be put out. That's an external influence. A lot of our thoughts come from external influences. A lot of our thoughts come from a sense of lack or our thoughts are spurred on by something that we need. Always in the need, always need something. Until we need something, we ain't thinking about shit. Where else do thoughts originate? Anybody willing to talk about your physical extremities? Your physical extremities. Those of us that is half 100. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say you can go to bed with no aches and pains and just sleep and wake up and be hurt. Like what I do in my sleep, I didn't do nothing. I was laying in the bed. I'm gonna tell y'all something honestly. This chair that I'm sitting in, a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting here and I was doing work in front of the computer, and in my periphery, you know, one of my cosmic friends, one of them energy or vibration or something that passed my periphery. So I turned, this chair swivels. I turned in the chair, acknowledged their presence, and hurt my back and just turning around in the chair. So
you look dead on at them.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing other than turn. I used the power of the chair. The chair was built to turn like that. I turned back around, my back was hurt. Your physical extremities will give you thoughts. Okay, so maybe my example, Honeybee, you want to say something?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. Maybe my example about the chair, maybe that's a little crazy. Well, let's think about it like this. Those of y'all that live in places other than California, Florida, or Nevada, when it get cold, what do your physical extremities tell you?
Don't go outside.
You better put a coat on. Right.
Where's your boots? Where's your boots? Where's your gloves?
Those of us that live in California, Florida, Arizona, and Nevada, when it get up over 100 degrees and that heat get disrespectful, don't your physical extremities start talking? Don't let me know when the sweat beat up on top of my head when I just walk across the backyard. Yeah, I know it's too damn hot for me. And my thought is I'm going to get back inside up under the air conditioner. How about your internal organs? Anybody, again, those of us half 100, I'm here to announce, I don't care what no other man is going to say. I'm not a doctor. I ain't been to medical school. I haven't studied this, but I know this for a fact. Men go through andropause. Just like the ladies go through menopause, we go through andropause because I have what I call them power surges. Y'all would call them a heat flash. I have them suckers, and they are annoying. They're very disrespectful. And they show up at the most inopportune time. The other morning, I was in a spiritual bath, and I had a power surge in the middle of a bath. I'm like, what in the hell is this going on? Your physical extremity, your internal organs talk to you. That's your body talks to you. Your internal organs will let you know what is wrong with you way before a doctor will. Mm-hmm. Your internal organs they are connected to the synapses in your brain. Your thoughts are connected to those same synapses that your organs are. Mm-hmm. What comes first? You go take a dump, or the idea, hey, I need to go take a dump?
I need to go.
You get the thought first because they're connected.
Yeah.
It's connected.
All right.
Anybody else got anything they want to add about where our thoughts originate from? Okay. All right. Anybody? All right, let's go to the coup de grace here. What is focused and positive thought? Well, if I want to be a smart ass, I can say, well, it's not negative. But it's more to it than just being, it's more to it than it's just being not negative. Focused thought, I'll break them down separately. Focused thought. Okay. In order to manifest anything, you must be able to hold a thought.
Yes.
At least a minimum of 16 seconds.
Come on.
Now, 16 seconds doesn't sound like it's a lot of time, does it?
No.
We are going to have a test. I'm not going to count it out loud because I want everybody to get one thought in your mind, and then I am going to inwardly count 16 seconds off, and then I want everybody to be honest and tell me how many other thoughts or how hard it was to hold that thought for as long as I told you to. Okay, so everybody get one thought in your mind. One thought. Everybody got one thought? All right. All right. Hold that thought. Somebody be honest and tell me at about 7 or 8 seconds, your mind went somewhere else.
It took me about 7 or 8 seconds to get the thought.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Lennon. Or is that Honeybee? Or Honeybee, you was getting ready to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, it was me. It's okay. It's okay. I did pretty good. I repeated the thought over and over, but then maybe after about like 10 or 12 seconds, I was like, it ain't been 16 seconds yet.
See? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It is
I made it all the way through.
Absolutely, absolutely. Focus thought. That is the beginning. That is only the beginning of focused thought. So how you can practice this is get 3x5 cards, and you're going to do a 3-word affirmation. I am enough. I am successful. I am this. I am that. Just 3 words, and you get 7 of these cards, and you write them out, and you make these personal for yourself. I can tell you the ones I use, but make them personal for yourself. And with each one of those cards, start out holding it in front of your face for the 16 seconds, and do them as often as you can every day. And I have a practice now where I can hold a thought 34 minutes. That's the longest I've gone. Holding a single focused thought. 34 minutes. 34 minutes. And yeah, that manifestation happened while I was holding the thought, actually. Actually happened. So focused thought is really getting to the point to where that's the only thing on your mind for that time.
Yeah.
For that time. Doesn't mean that you got to think about it all day. No. Because we have other things going on and we have lives that we live. We have jobs and relationships and we have networks and we have, you know, just the comings and goings of life. You know, we have the coming, there's more in my life than what I'm manifesting for a radio station and all this other stuff. I got a whole bunch of other things going on in my life too. So, and then the positive thought, is a little harder because it goes against some programming and conditioning that we've had as that we've carried in all the way into our you know, we covered it though. The positive thought is as easy as changing your perspective. You know, you look at a cup and if it's filled up halfway with water, is it half empty or half full? For me, glass has always been half full. I've always been
always half full. Yeah.
I've always been optimistic. I've always looked for the good outcome and the good result. But it's all about perspective. That's the first thing to do in changing in looking at positive thought from a negative action is changing the perspective. Because we hear people say it all the time, choose a better thought. Yeah, sometimes it ain't that easy. Sometimes it's easy to choose a better thought. Like, for instance, this morning when I woke up and it was 3:45 in the morning and my body said, get up and do some work. And I chose a better thought and went back to sleep.
Yeah.
It was that easy. It was easy to do that. That was an easy one to do. When it is something, when it's something that conflicts with some negative self-talk or a negative narrative, then it's going to take more practice. It's going to take a lot of practice, you know, especially when it's tied to an ego-motional. I call, we're not emotional, we're ego-motional. We should put EGO in front of motional. Instead of emo, we should be ego-motional. Yeah, because our emotions, our ego drives the emotion. It drives it. And vice versa. The emotions pump the ego. So the positive thought, it is sometimes as easy as choosing a thought. And then when it is not that easy to choose it immediately, it's always easy to choose it after you have stepped away from the situation, did a few breaths. Always, always, always. Whenever you find yourself anxiety, getting angry and all that, you don't even have to turn your back on the person or the situation. Just turn to the side, to the right or the left, and do those 5 deep breaths, hold and release. And then turn back around and you'll be able to deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with, because those immediately center you and immediately ground you and immediately put you on notice that one of my chakras is getting ready to go out of balance. Our emotional outbursts is because our throat or heart chakra is out of balance. Sexual predators because their root chakra is all screwed up. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Liars and con men, it's because they throat chakra. They got throat chakra issues. Yeah, absolutely. So what is focused thought? Focused thought is deliberate and intentional. Remember those 16 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
We were deliberate and intentional. Now, the idea for optimal manifestation is hold it for 88 seconds. That's a minute, 28 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
For those that thought 16 wasn't long, you want to try it? You want to attempt it? Yeah. A minute 28 on a focused thought that's deliberate and intentional. Yeah, that manifestation gonna run over you.
Come on.
It's gonna run over you. Focused thought is clear and it's precise.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you're not focused, when you not practice focused thought, they get all fuzzy and there's a lot of gray area, and you could get pulled into thinking and reacting.
Come on now.
Focused thought is clear and precise. You set boundaries with focused thought.
Laser beam.
You set mental boundaries and say that again.
Laser beam.
Yes, absolutely.
Laser beam.
Absolutely. Focused thought, and here's the benefit for focused thought. Focused thought makes manifesting organic.
Yeah.
We all know what I mean by organic, right? Meaning it on its own, meaning it does it on its own.
Yeah.
Now, there is a you know how they come on TV and make this great claim, and then the legal dude comes on there with the disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
But I just made this great claim about focused thought making manifestation organic.
Mm-hmm.
Now here comes the disclaimer. Your belief,
come on,
plus your ambition equals manifestation. So your belief is your focused thoughts that are deliberate and intentional, clear and precise. Your ambition is your positive effort. That means getting off of your ass and doing something.
Come on now. Come on.
Equal. So your belief, which are deliberate and intentional, clear and precise, and your ambition, meaning your positive effort, meaning you getting up and doing something yourself, equal manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Your focused thought makes it all organic, makes it happen naturally.
Yeah.
Organic, naturally. All of us should be manifesting, or at least desiring to manifest, only those things that align with our soul anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're not going to manifest a burden. Ain't nobody manifesting any burdens, are they?
Nope, no. I just got rid of one.
Anybody manifesting a hardship? Anybody affirming, I am struggling through my life?
No.
Y'all laughing, but
I'm not.
Y'all is laughing, but I have seen some, I have heard some things. I've heard some things. You know, I've heard people who ask for a blessing and then in the same breath say they're not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, teach.
You ask for the blessing, the cosmos is like, oh, you guys dispatch this, then I'm not worth it. Wait, hold it. They don't want it. Hold it. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back. Next week you ask for it again. They're like, okay, they're ready this time. Go gather it. Oh, no, put it back. Give me this. I don't deserve it. What?
That's double. Is that double-minded?
Yeah, that's not being clear and precise.
Come on.
That's not being clear and precise.
Mm-hmm.
So, want to end it with this. What you think and believe, you currently are.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you are not all that you need, want, and desire yourself to be, change what you think and believe. Let me say that again. What you think and believe, you are. What I think and believe, I am. If I'm not happy with who I am, I got to change my thoughts and beliefs. Mm-hmm. If you're not happy with who you are, you got to change your thoughts and beliefs. Can't change nothing else outside of you. If you're not happy at a soul level and you move from California to New York, you still going to be unhappy when you get to New York. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you think and believe you should be more than you are, go to work. Do your work. That's easy. I tell people all the time, you know, if you think you should be more than you are, then get your ass busy. Everybody think Kobe Bryant was born the basketball player he was. No, he put in work. Come on. Michael Jordan put in work. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar put in work. LeBron James, they put in work.
Come on.
They don't just wake up. They didn't just wake up and then somebody threw them a ball and they became great. Put work in. Yeah, they were blessed with some things in their astrological charts that made it guaranteed that they would be successful at their professions that they were successful at. However, they had to pick up a ball and start dribbling. They had to do all the conditioning. They had to get up and work out 3, 4, 5 times a day. They had to be selfish and asshole-ish and arrogant. They had to put the work in. They had to shoot free throws and do all of that and run and lift weights and all of that. It just didn't happen. So, if you are not what you think and believe, get busy. If you're not what you think and believe you should be, get busy. If you're not what you think and believe you ought to be, get busy. What you think and believe, you are. With that, I'm going to end it. Thank everybody. I'm going to open it up. Anybody want to have any questions, concerns, complaints, final thoughts?
My final thoughts is I've been back here almost 4 years. I lived in Germany 25 years as a singer. And it's been very difficult back here for me.
Absolutely. Culture shock, honey. Culture shock. Yeah.
I mean, it's been very, very difficult for me. And I went and did some work in 2019 to get my peer specialist certification. And then when the COVID came, of course, everything kind of shut down. And so I'm just getting the things together where they say, okay, now all your certificates are accepted. You can have the test. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what I'm going through. I mean, I studied some, but I'm not studying. Like I can choose the time for the test. I have up to 6 months, but I just rather go ahead and do the test so I can use this certification to kind of help build my programs that I've been saying I want to build.
Absolutely.
But it is something going on. I can't get used to the way the people treat people. I can't get used to things. I've been in a place where people were still. I'm not trying to talk about nobody, but this is just a good observation.
I hear you. I've been in Europe for 10 years, so I get it. And I just got back in December.
Oh, where were you?
I was in England, I was in the Republic of Ireland, and I was in the Caribbean. So over that 10-year period.
Oh God, I was in Germany. And the life of everything beautiful. People respect you. They love you. They support you. I come back here. I can't even get a musician to give me another musician's phone number. They treat me like I'm a bad smell. You know, and I've like been going through this in your family and everybody that you thought loved you so much when you come back visiting, you back in there. It's like, okay. And so that's been a burden in my heart. It's been hurting. in my heart. I'm doing so much heart work. I got my pink quartz. I call her Mother Mary. I'm doing some, but it's just sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And I know I heard to come back because a lot of the destiny is in America. Other than that, I wouldn't have come back. I was gone 25 years.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes
what is it that I can do?
What we come back for initially is confusion or confusing to us because we get comfortable, especially after 25 years. Germany was your home. It wasn't like a place you just lived. You know, after 7 years, it became your home.
Yeah.
And the rate of societal disintegration has accelerated in the 25 years you have been gone.
Yeah.
I will send you some things that will help you, and then I especially want you, Vanda, to be a part of it when I get to the emotional self. I'm gonna move to the emotional self.
Okay.
Probably in the middle of June, we'll start breaking down the emotional self and get some tools and some clarity on how we can fix all of that.
Thank you. And listen, you won't call me girlfriend because I know we could talk Europe talk.
Yes, you know what? Get my number from Pyfrius and
okay, and I'll give him my number to give
I'll connect you guys.
Okay, thank you, Pyfrius.
Thank you, thank you, because I need to talk to people kind of like,
I can help.
Other than that, everybody like, you're not in Germany, you're not in Europe, you're in America now. Give it the program. I said, what are you talking about?
Right.
So it's been painful. So thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Honeybee, you got anything?
No. Towards the beginning of the call, you were talking about just waking up discombobulated. I shared that same sentiment yesterday. I was driving. The grocery store is like 5 minutes from the house, and I must have got lost 3 times on the way to the grocery store, forgetting where I was going.
Absolutely.
And today, I haven't had any energy to do anything, so I'm in the bed again.
Absolutely.
With the sun out.
It's been like that. Check your check your placements of Mercury in your natal chart, and it'll explain why you have no energy today. It will. Victorious, how are you? You have any final thoughts?
No, I'm okay. No final thoughts. What'd you say?
How about you, Miss Lemons? Do you have any final thoughts?
I just feel like my inner Virgo is like Virgoian.
Yes.
So I've been like very much in my head, very much want a hermit, very much want to write, very much want to keep to myself, very much just, and I feel good because I feel like I haven't done this in a while.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna lay here. And I woke up again. I was like, I'm gonna lay here some more.
Right.
But I'm definitely feeling the mental activity, like to get stuff done. What haven't I done? What's been going on so far? How have I come? Like just looking at the degree, going back to where it was initially. You know, what was I doing? What was my thoughts? Like, what was I on?
Absolutely.
Like, I've been doing a lot of that.
I want everybody that's still on the call, I want everybody to think about those things that were vitally important and that you began working on in early May. Those are some of the things that are going to pop up and some of the things that are going to benefit you in the retrograde. Yes, Victorious.
Did I say something?
Oh no, your
Oh, you know what? That's I did have a thought, but it's not important. That's something in the background. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. Dr. Atia, do you have any final thoughts?
Just that, I have extreme clarity And I've been trimming the fat continuously, and I have an awesome amount of energy since around 10 last night. And I've just been going. I have a lot of energy.
Good. Keep it up.
Yeah, send me some. Send me some.
I want to, before I close, Shonda, I know how you feel, and I'm grateful that you're here. If you want to have a final thought, just let me know. If not, I get it. And I want to ask, I got two astrologers online. I want to ask them if they will go back and run, hold on. If you guys will go back and run a natal chart for the 25th, the 26th, run it for 4:13 a.m. Run a transit chart for 4:13 a.m. And you guys tell me where the moon is at. Because I done ran 7 of them, and all of them.
You said where the moon was?
Where the moon is at, yes. At 4:13 a.m. on the 26th of May.
Oh, yeah, 26. 4:13. Oh, California time. That's California time.
Yes, that's 4:13 Pacific. So
okay,
whatever time frame you want to use, but that's the time that the exact station event of the full moon hit.
For Pacific.
So I want to see if your reports showed the same thing that mine did.
You did a tropical or a sidereal?
I did both.
Okay, because I have it 5 degrees in Sagittarius on the tropical chart.
Okay.
And let me see if I look at it. Hold on. New, and let's take a look here. Okay. And I have it 9 degrees in Scorpio.
Yeah.
On the.
So this is my question to the astrologers that are on with this call. Doesn't this feel more Scorpion than Sagittarian?
For me, it does personally, because right now I feel like I am completely going through a purge.
Absolutely. Lemons, what's your thoughts on this, Lemons?
Well, I'm kind of split in the middle, because it did feel very, besides the fact that I got into it with a Scorpio.
Right. So did I.
It did feel very Scorpionic for me. Like a lot of stuff was happening that was very Scorpionic for me. But when I look at it from the Western side, it took place in my 4th house, which made perfect sense to me. Because it was like somebody was touching my eyeball and it was causing me to react. Like, you need to get back.
Yeah.
You need to get back. Like you too close. You doing too much. You need to get back. And it's like I felt very like a volcano was just erupting. Like that's how it felt to me. Like it was just like a boom, like an action. But it felt like it was too, like my boundaries was being crossed, and I felt like I had to handle it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But yeah, it was like very Scorpio to me.
I feel you on that one.
So do you guys want the traditional, the sidereal? Do you want both? When I do the full moon and new moon, I normally just do the sidereal because that's really the soul of the matter. But how would you guys like it? Would you guys like a little bit of both? Do you guys want both?
I would.
You guys want them both?
I would like to compare it, because for me this was Scorpio, death, transformation, and rebirth.
Honey Bee, how about you? How do you feel? Both?
Both is fine for me.
Doesn't matter to me. Victorious, both is good for you?
Absolutely.
Okay. All righty. So on the go forward, I will have them prepared for both, and that way we'll get the fullness, we'll get the the mundane and the spiritual version of it. So
thank you.
With that, I'm grateful and thankful for everybody. Looking forward to seeing all of you guys Tuesday. Also, looking forward to maybe having my first simulcast on my radio station by Tuesday. I should have that portion figured out on that. And should it be figured out, then I will send everybody the link and you guys will be able to go and check it out and see what's going on over there. So,
congratulations.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations.
Look, clap for yourself because y'all is the one that
I'm clapping for you.
That made this shit happen, not me. This is I'm doing this for everybody that's gonna listen. This is something that as a little kid I dreamed of living in an AM radio station. So yeah, this is perfect for me. This is really, really perfect. Other than that, I'm good. Remember what you think and believe you are. So if you are not what you feel you should be, change what you think and believe.
Yes.
Thank you guys for all coming.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
See you all on Tuesday, and it's much appreciation, much love to you all. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye. Talk to you soon, honeybee.
Absolutely.